welcome back to my channel, Jordan Mind, Body, and Soul, where we learn to take care of ourselves, mind, body, and soul. And as you already know from the title of this video is about balancing and enjoying motherhood in 2024. Specifically in a time where there's so much conversation about like child-free lifestyle and child-free by choice and all that's good. Now listen, this really goes without saying. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. If you want to have 10,000 kids and you can take care of all of them, then do it. If you want to have one kid and you're one and done, then do it. If you're no kid, child free, then do it. But this video is more so to add some light and perspective to the conversation. So as always, like I say, I always want to add some light to conversations and some perspective to conversations, because I try to think about myself and then I think about me experiencing things as someone else. So basically, if I weren't me, how I would feel about certain situations, which is why a lot of times, which can be another video, but why I seem to prioritize, and I'm working on it, the feelings of other people over my feelings. But I think that, especially in today's society, if I were to see some of the videos circulating and not have the experiences that I'm having, I would be terrified to have children. Now, as I always say, and I've said in many videos before, I have always wanted children. Like that, I've always knew that that was going to be my thing. And I knew that I would enjoy motherhood just as much. I'm enjoying it more than I could have ever imagined. But I always knew that I wanted to be a mom, and I always knew that I was going to enjoy motherhood. So these conversations for me about child-free lifestyles and all these stuff, I understand it in the sense of I can comprehend, but I can't relate because I've always wanted children. So I'm gonna jump right into it. This video, it's gonna be a little bit of an update, like my life so far with a 1-year-old. Time flies. But I'm also just gonna add some perspective to the whole situation, and then also just chill and chat with you guys. So first off, if you're a mom watching this video and you're like, well, what's your routine? What do you do? What do you have to say? Whatever. Shout out to you. And first off, I'm going to give you your flowers, because motherhood, I don't want to say it's hard, because that's something that can make people like go astray from something. People want easy, right? I'm not going to say motherhood is hard, but what I can say about motherhood is that you will be challenged in ways that I feel like only motherhood can challenge you. Like there's no other challenges, or there's nothing else in life that will challenge you the same. And I say that because I feel like as a mom, that even just sounds so crazy to say. Like it still hasn't hit me. Like I have the love of my life and it still hasn't hit me. As a mom, you learn to be unselfish. So you're unselfish with what you want and what you see for your life, but it's like you learn to, and I got this early on. I've spoken to other moms. I hear other moms get this later in life, but you learn to trust yourself and your instinct in a way that makes you a more confident person overall. Okay, so I know like a lot of moms, like I'm not perfect. I'm not claiming to be perfect. You know, I do my very best. And at every moment I make what I feel to be the most informed decision. I will call and talk to Terry. Sometimes I'm not even asking him. I'm telling him, this is what I think we should do. Like I'm confident. This is what I think should happen. He's like, hey, that's what you want? You the boss. Cool. Sometimes we have to discuss it, but I have a confidence that I have not had in my life ever. And I feel like that's because, again, I feel like I am a responsible, loving mom, And I feel my parents did a good enough job with me. My parents did great. I feel like my parents did a great job. But I feel like they did a good enough job with me to where I can model after their parenting style, take the things that I want, add it in to, you know, to like the way that I am, and then add on my own little spice. And then of course, like Terry and I, we have slightly different parenting techniques. So sometimes I incorporate some of his stuff because I'm like, oh yeah, that's good. Use that. It's important to have that. I feel like a lot of the conversations that I seen circulating that prompted this video exclude that. It excludes the confidence and the opportunity to like create your own palette, because people are lost in, oh, you know, it's extra money. Yeah, it's extra money anytime you do something. Like if you have a house or an apartment and your apartment is a 1-bedroom, yes, the 2-bedroom costs more. If you're going to Starbucks and you want a drink and there's 2 people and 2 people want a drink, 2 drinks cost more. So like, yes, it's going to cost more. That conversation of it being costly is not really a conversation that I engage in, because it's another person. Like, yes, that goes with it. Like that, I don't even factor that into a conversation because it's a given. Like to me, it just kind of makes sense. Like it's kind of like how if someone's like, okay, you know, once I graduate, I'm gonna find a job. Well, you're finding a job so that you can make money, right? And you're trying to find a job and make money so that you could, you know, if you have a car, pay your car note. If your car is paid off and you don't have a car note, you still got to pay your car insurance. You know, you still got to make sure you have food on the table, rent. You still got to make sure you have rent. So these are just the basic necessities. I'll never, ever, ever, ever say or feel in my life that my son is causing a burden or causing me stress because of necessities. Because those are things I'm going to have anyway. I've been so blessed and so grateful in my life that I've never really had to want for necessities. I want for things that I want. Like I have a car, but I might want a new car. That's not the case right now. I'm just giving an example. So necessities, I'm gonna eat regardless. Thankfully, I've been blessed, like I said, to always have food, to always have these necessities. And when times did get hard for me before, and I had to question or move a little differently so that I can make it happen, I still made it happen. Thank you. I'm grateful. So that stuff is gonna happen anyway. I'm gonna have a place to stay. I also have a very loving and supportive community. And I notice a lot of people in those conversations, they don't seem to have that same support, which is hard. I have friends who have children, and they don't get half of the support that I get from the father alone. I'm in a relationship with my son's father. So he's constantly there helping. He's constantly there doing stuff. Now, there's certain things that mom has to do it. For an example, like at night when we're winding down, sometimes, especially if I had a long day, I'll try to use that time to take a shower real quick so that once Legend goes to sleep, me and Terry can have time to watch TV together and just enjoy each other's company. So in those moments, Legend does not want to be rocked to sleep by daddy. Like, he loves his dad. When he sees dad, he thinks playtime, love, kisses. Like, he loves his father. I love their relationship. It's so cute. The other night, I saw them sleeping, and then Terry, he was laying on a pillow. He had his finger like this, and Legend had his head cocked to the side, and he had his hand wrapped around his finger. Thought I'd share that moment, because I couldn't even take a picture. I was too tired to take a picture. I just looked at it, and I was like, that was beautiful. Sorry, I got off topic. I say that to say that if Terry tried to put him down, he's gonna fight him tooth and nail. Legend wants mommy to put him down. That's it. Okay, cool. There's things like that, and then there's things like folding clothes. Like, guys, I might have like a slight problem because My tights, because y'all know I'm a nutritionist and I'm a health coach. I do a lot of, I do yoga and meditation. So I have tights, hella tights. And my tights are organized by color. They're color coordinated. I think it starts, I would have to look. I think it starts at green, like it starts at like a light green, like this color. It's my favorite color. It starts like that and then it fades all the way to black. But I have every color in between. Stuff like that, I want it to be organized that way because since I have so many, when it's time to find a pair that matches a certain shirt or outfit, I don't want to have to look and be like, where is it? I know I've seen it. No, I'm going to go to the color, boom, get it, going about my day. And a lot of times where I wear my tights are the statement, I'm wearing a white shirt. So again, I just want to be able to go and get it. The other parts of my closet, I don't want to go into my closet because that's off topic, but there's things in there, it's like perfectly organized. If I had to ask Terry to put things away, he would do his best, but I promise you there's going to be a few things that are out of place. So that's the me thing. So because of that, I do it. So that's another responsibility I have added on to me. So unless you have like a good support system or like any type of support or help of any kind, it seems almost impossible to get everything done. Like you can't, like, like the moms who are like, I do it all. My heart every time goes out to them because it's hard in that sense, managing it all, being able to do it all, but it takes just work that nothing else but motherhood would offer. So in all of that, I also say that to say that just remember that this is one thing I tell myself, especially when I'm feeling down or depleted or sad, is Legend is not gonna get the best me if I don't, but if I'm not my best self. So if I'm not hydrating, which I've been on myself about because I haven't been hydrating. If I'm not hydrating, if I'm not working out, if I'm not journaling, doing whatever I need to keep myself aligned, I'm not going to be helpful to Legend at all. And so that's why also in this video, I wanted to kind of talk about and incorporating and understanding the importance of creating like some routine to where you can have your time. And that comes with the support. Again, I do get a lot of support from Terry's side of the family because we're here in Texas. I get a lot of support from my side of the family. They come to see me when they can. They send clothes, they give clothes, they do whatever they need to do to help out. But in terms of like someone watching Legend would be Terry's family because we're here in Texas. And that's something that like I appreciate so much because then I don't have to worry about the cost of childcare, which is something, now that is a cost that without children you wouldn't have to pay, but I assume that money would probably go to something else, right? And if you're a person and you're more into like yourself and what you want to do for you, then you would need that money to go elsewhere. But that's one expense I don't have to worry about. I also talk about how my overall goal is, especially for this last year, to try to create going into his last year before he starts Jumpstart, to have that year that we spend together. Even if I'm just working part-time or working just a few days out of the week, I want to have a majority of those days to spend with him. Even if we're just going to the park or just something to help us build that bond, because I'll also talk about this in future videos. I'm also entertaining the idea of homeschooling, but I'd have to work out some more dynamics with my man before I give you guys any details. So moms, I also say that if you find your thing, like my thing is working out, my thing is being healthy. So when I surround and immerse myself in those environments, I'm my best self. I'm my highest self. And I know that. And when I'm talking to you guys and having discussions like this, it's the same thing. It's therapeutic because I'm getting things off my chest. I'm speaking my mind, but I'm also putting myself in a position to where I can help others, which is something I really love to do. Continuously put yourself in those environments because you have motherhood, because you're a mom and you're taking care of your babies and you want to be your best self so you can do that, but you still have a life outside of them. And I just keep in mind how fast these 18 years fly By the way, my baby can stay as long as he needs to. As long as he needs to get his stuff together, I will not send him out to the wolves until he feels he is ready. But that also does not mean he will not be 32 years old trying to figure it out without any plan. He gonna start planning. Anyways, I say that to say, when you incorporate your routines, just remember that these 18 years fly. I have a little cousin who we're 9 years apart, and he's 18 now. And I remember when he was born. I remember when he was first brought home, and we went down there. That's when they was in Fort Lauderdale. Well, they still are, but I'm not. I'm not in Florida. So we went down there to see him, and I just saw him. They came to Houston to celebrate. Stay tuned for the video that's coming. They came to celebrate for Legend's first birthday. He's 18. Like, I haven't seen him in so long. I haven't seen him in a really, really, really long time. And we have a nickname for him. And when I saw him in my head, like, the nickname came to mind. So let's say his nickname was, a baby boy. And so I'm like, baby boy. And in my head, I'm like, that's baby boy. Full grown beard, full grown mustache, beautiful afro. Like, I'm just like, that's baby boy. So the same way that time flies, and before you know it, you'll still be a mom. You're always going to be a mom for the rest of your life, but you won't have so much time that's dedicated to your baby. So while I do have this time dedicated to my baby, I want to be all up in his face. Like, I want to be in his world. What is happening in Legend's world? And that's why, that's where I feel comfortable. Another helpful tip that I want to give, just when adding perspective to the situation or to moms, don't rush. Like, try your best to plan and to relax. I feel like motherhood probably heightened my anxiety because I feel like everything has to be complete check mark, and I have to do it. And what you'll learn is that sometimes you do need to ask for that extra help or that assistance or plan. So for an example, any store can do it, but the store here is H-E-B. So H-E-B does scheduled pickup. And that is whoever thought about that, thank you. That's so smart. Something that can really help you. It is like the smallest thing. It's the smallest thing. You take a few seconds, and the cool thing about it, I'm speaking about H-E-B pickup. I know Walmart does it. They do drop-offs too, deliveries, but I do the pickup. They do a lot of other stuff. But let me tell you how you do it. So you plan it. We have pickup days. Sometimes we have to go off of those days because, life happens, you run out of stuff. But for the most part, we have our pickup days. So he knows on this day, that day, and that day, you're going to have to go pick some food up for us. I try to get as much as I can think of at that time. And then you go there, you pick it up. They load it into your cart, and you go about your day. And the cool thing about it is if you figure out, maybe let's say you say on the 3rd, it's the 3rd, and you're like, I'm scheduling a pickup for the 5th. Then all the way up until about an hour, or I think maybe 2 hours. No, it's 3. It's 3 hours before your order is ready. You're still able to add things. And that helps me because I might have my list created, and then I'll be like, oh crap, I forgot nail polish remover. So then I can just pull my phone out, nail polish remover, done. 2 hours later, Terry might be like, hey, do you want hamburgers? And I'm like, you know what? I didn't, but we can have them. So I'm like, hamburgers. And it helps so much because although we can do delivery, I don't order it delivery. I do it to where he picks it up. That's an example of, help. It's not help in the sense of you may not be talking to these people or having any form of interaction really with them, but it's still help. It's something that's going to help the system go. That's no one going to ask for help, especially if you have little ones. Even so even now, Legend is 1, Trey is 9. Going to the grocery store with them, it's already overwhelming for me because it's a lot of people. And especially now, since I've been home, working from home, I'm kind of at a point where I feel I'm a little socially awkward, and being around a lot of people is kind of But I've always been the person where I come off as quiet unless you know me. once you know me, they're like, Jordan's not quiet. But everybody else is like, she's quiet. She barely talks to you. I barely talk to you. But yeah, that's part of asking for help. Knowing when to ask for help, knowing when to have that system. And then when there's people who are truly like, I don't have no help, nobody helps me. That's really tough. But out of all the friends that I had, even the ones who received the least amount of help from their child's father, they do have help and a system in place. A good tip that I've learned, it was more so when Legend was first born and I was healing from like the C-section, that moms told me, they're like, sleep when your baby sleeps. And even now to today, because he still takes naps, he's 1, it is helpful to nap when he naps, but sometimes, most of the time, my baby is my nap buddy. When he's down, I'm down. Like, sometimes I'm the initiator. Like, I'm like, yo, Legend, you ready for a nap? He's looking a little tired. I give him a bottle. I'm holding him and I'm like, do that. Add that little trick to it. All the moms know, and if you don't know, if you go like this to them, they already got to be kind of sleepy. They already got to look like they're already heading out to the sleep land. And then when they do, you just go like this. And then they'll be like, and before you know it, it helps them fall asleep. So there's another tip. But yeah, most of the time I'm down with count with him. But it does help, like when he takes a nap, for me to hurry up and organize this or put this up, put this away. A lot of moms are like, I never have time to clean anything up. And I'm like, I agree, because as soon as you put something up, here comes Legend. He takes it right back down. But when he's sleeping, it's the time, like, I don't have to worry about spot cleaning. I can like deep clean whatever it is that I'm gonna clean. That is a beautiful time. It's also a time to me and Legend are like this like this. 95% of the time, if he is home, he's probably here on my hip, here in my arms, or here on my lap, or just sitting next to me and we're playing and doing something. Like, we're usually together. So anytime that he's ready to sleep and I'm still like, oh, I just need a few minutes to myself, honestly, it does help. So if you can use that time when your baby is sleeping to get stuff done, I would do it. So I want to wrap this up a little bit because I didn't want to make this a long video, but this video is super informational and helpful for all the moms out there, especially in the sense of trying to make the best things. Like, I would say this, my baby was not planned in the sense of, we're like, you want to have a baby right now in a day? And then he was like, yeah. Like, it wasn't planned like that. But we also weren't like, how did this happen? How? Like, it wasn't that. When we found out, we was like, guess what? He's like, what? I'm pregnant. Like, pregnant? Yeah. Huh. Okay. Woo. So again, it's so much fun, like, unpacking with you guys. There can be another video somewhere in the future. We did lose a child. Terry and I, we lost a child. So that can somehow be intertwined in the future videos to help other people with their experience and their grief. But other than that, again, it wasn't a surprise. So yeah, so another thing that I've learned to do is to give myself credit for like the smallest things. Like, he has like this little sock basket, and we put his socks in the basket, and then his socks go on the shelf. And like, when I have all his socks, that's another thing, like, being a mom, like, you learn where everything is. You learn how to be like, I feel like I'm the captain of the ship and I know everything. This is my ship. I know about this ship. And like, I know everything. Like, if someone's like, why is that wheel squeaking? I'm like, because the third bolt's a little loose. If you turn it to the right and then lift it up, it will go back into place. Like, it's like, I know it like this. So keep doing that, and then celebrate the smallest things. Like, even if I'm like, you know what, there's still so much that needs to be done, but I did get to read him a bedtime story tonight. Good job. I forgot to put applesauce on the list, but I got wipes. Like, it's the smallest thing, because it can become overwhelming, especially when you feel like you're in control, you're the captain of the ship. Like, you want to make sure everybody on your ship is good. I feel that, and they will be, but they're even better when you're organized and you're okay. Along with that comes with learning to just be okay with things not being okay or perfect. Like, if you guys look at, or if you look at any previous videos, or you've been watching me since my previous journey in life, you saw how, like, the apartment, and I shoot where I, try to keep kind of clean, but I worked so often. I always picked up shifts, so I was always out. I had like 2 to 3 jobs. I was home maybe for, I was home to go to sleep and maybe for a little bit of time of the weekends, but most of the times I was out trying to figure out something to do. And because of that, like, I was never home. So the place was spotless. Now, I can clean this place up, like, clean it up to a T. And by, I'll say 9 o'clock tonight, it's not gonna look like that anymore. And I'll tell Legend, like, no, pick that up, don't do that, try to keep him from doing stuff. But then my bonus baby comes over, and they were hanging out and playing together. Then I start hanging out and playing with them, and before you know it, it looks like a disaster, and it's okay. Like, that's the biggest thing for me right now, is learning that it's okay. It's not just me in the bathroom doing my hair. All of us have hair, and so there's hair ties everywhere. We try to keep the brush in one place, but the brush is always missing. Like, it's things like that, where when it was just me, I didn't have that worry, because I was the only one there. Nothing was out of place, because I would have had to be there to put it out of place, and I wasn't. I was working. So that would be like one of the biggest transitions for me. But other than that, it's like, learn to love it and celebrate it every day. Because I just look at, I'm gonna come closer, because this is honest. I look at Legend, and I know that I'm going to give my best 100% every day. And I know that the journey is going to have ups, it's going to have downs, and it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be our journey. It's going to be my journey in motherhood. It's going to be my relationship with my kids. And I'm committed to making that great, despite whatever the rest of the world has to say, despite what even some of my family may have to say. They're super supportive, but I'm just saying, like, that's my commitment, and this is my journey. And then your motherhood is your journey, your experience, and you are going to constantly be questioned, or maybe even ridiculed for some of the things that may happen. But all you can ever do, just like with anything else, is be your best. And you can absolutely balance and enjoy motherhood in 2024 with inflation, with the chaos and craziness that's happening overseas, with the status of our government, like, with everything that's going on. You can absolutely love and enjoy your motherhood experience. We might have to tap in a little bit and inform our community, inform our tribe of like-minded moms, and I'm here for it. If y'all want to do that, I'm here for it. I can figure out a way to make that work. Y'all let me know. Drop that in the comments if y'all want that. We can create our own community, Facebook group, whatever y'all want, to have that support for moms, especially in today's age. But be kind to yourself, love yourself, and know that we're all just winging it. I don't have the blueprint, and if you have it and somebody sent it to you, I actually don't even want it. I don't even want it, because I want to have my own experience. I want to have my own experience. I want to map and create my own way, as we do with any and everything else in life. So that was a little long. This was a nice video, but I appreciate you for watching it. And if you made it this far, then you were very patient. And I appreciate that too. Don't forget, take care of yourself mind, body, and soul. Love on your babies, love on your loved ones. Even through all this craziness of today's world and these different things that are going on, tune into your thoughts and learn to focus in. You've been chosen for this journey, and you are a great pick. You're a great pick, and you're doing so great. And even watching and engaging in videos about something other than just yourself, like thinking about your kids and balancing your life and enjoying your life still. Like, it's hard, but we gonna do it, y'all. So I see y'all in the next video. Don't forget, take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. I see you in the next one. Bye.